Empires of Antiquity: The Rise and Fall of Civilizations. Empires rise and fall, leaving behind echoes of greatness and shadows of devastation. But what if the very foundations of one of history's most powerful empires were built on the suffering of millions? Tonight we explore a figure who is both revered and reviled, Tiglath-Pileser III, the king who transformed Assyria into an unstoppable force. Was Tiglath-Pileser III a visionary leader who brought order to a chaotic world, or a tyrant whose brutal conquests laid the groundwork for centuries of pain? As we unravel his story, we want to hear from you. Share your thoughts in the comments and let's see how history judges this controversial king. In the heart of Mesopotamia, the Assyrian Empire stood as a beacon of power, but this empire was not born of diplomacy. It was forged in the fires of war. Tiglath-Pileser III, a king whose ambition knew no bounds, transformed Assyria from a regional power into an empire. Under his rule, Assyria became a formidable force, expanding its borders through relentless military campaigns. In 743 BCE, Tiglath-Pileser led a campaign against the kingdom of Urartu. This was more than a battle, it was a defining moment for the Near East. The conquest of Urartu was a strategic victory that solidified Assyria's dominance in the region. With each victory, Tiglath-Pileser extended his empire's reach, using both military might and innovative administration to maintain control. But Tiglath-Pileser's genius wasn't limited to the battlefield. He restructured the empire's governance, reducing the power of local governors and establishing smaller provinces directly controlled by the central government. This prevented the rise of local power bases that could challenge the king's authority and kept the vast empire under tight control. These administrative reforms strengthened Assyria's grip over its territories, making it easier to manage the empire's sprawling lands and diverse populations. But Tiglath-Pileser's expansion came at a significant human cost. To keep his empire stable, he implemented a policy of mass deportation, forcibly relocating entire populations. These deportations were designed to break the spirit of conquered peoples, erasing their cultural identities and scattering them across the empire. While effective in quelling rebellions, this brutal strategy left deep scars that would trouble the empire for generations. In 732 BCE, Tiglath-Pileser III's forces played a decisive role in the fall of the Kingdom of Israel. As a result, many Israelites were deported, contributing to the narrative of the 10 lost tribes. This event had a profound impact on the history of the region, intertwining the fate of Israel with the ambitions of the Assyrian Empire. In 728 BCE, Tiglath-Pileser set his sights on Babylon, a city with a rich history and culture. The Assyrian army laid siege to Babylon, and despite fierce resistance, the city fell. The fall of Babylon marked the height of Assyrian power, but also highlighted the ruthless methods employed by Tiglath-Pileser to maintain control. In 727 BCE, Tiglath-Pileser III died, leaving behind an empire that was vast yet fragile. His death marked the end of an era, but the consequences of his reign would reverberate long after. The policies that built his empire also planted the seeds of its eventual decline. The balance between power and oppression proved to be a delicate one. Today, the legacy of Tiglath-Pileser III and the Assyrian Empire can still be felt in the lands they once ruled. From the cultural diversity of the Near East to the geopolitical tensions that persist, the impact of this ancient empire is undeniable. Historians continue to debate Tiglath-Pileser's legacy. Was he a visionary leader who forged a powerful empire, or a tyrant whose brutal methods inflicted lasting damage? After examining the life and legacy of Tiglath-Pileser III, it's clear that he was both a bloodthirsty tyrant and a great military leader. His conquests and reforms shaped the ancient world, but they also brought immense suffering. This is my perspective, and I recognize it as a personal one. But what do you think? How do you view Tiglath-Pileser III? As a strategic genius who unified a vast empire, or as a tyrant whose brutal reign left a trail of devastation? Share your thoughts and let's continue the conversation.